I'm still with this purity metaphor, particularly purity as it applies to morals, but maybe other things as well. But one of the questions I was asked on one of those response videos, Emblem of Being asked this, was about this idea that how can morality participate in a purity metaphor if we also have terms like pure evil? You know, if evil can be pure, how can morality be pure? I think what's going on there is that they're sharing a common metaphor. I mean, purity itself is a very common metaphor, and can be applied to different things. And I think if we get to the origin of what that metaphor, a potential origin, I'm not necessarily saying this is right, but a putative origin for that metaphor, I think that'll help me to understand anyway. I think purity, it must come from a completely embodied physical perception or physical instantiation, something like that. Presumably from working with substances with our hands and our eyes and our bodies. And the pure substance is one which there is a single constituent, a single element constituent. It's unadulterated by other elements. So you have pure water, water with nothing else in it. We have pure gold, gold unadulterated by other elements. And so on, other kinds of pure substances. I think part of that is about, there's a kind of value attached to purity in that sense, but it's not an absolute moral value in this sense. It's a value associated with, I guess something like self-similarity. A substance that's pure gold, is more like gold than a gold that's adulterated with other metals. Pure water is more like water than water that has other admixtures put to it. So there's a kind of value attached to it, but it's a value of being the most like itself. Pure water is most like water. Pure gold is the most like gold. And so we can use pure in that sense, metaphorically, for talk about abstract concepts like evil, or any kind of abstract idea that is most like itself, that we don't want to say is adulterated with other elements, other constituents. So pure evil is the most like evil. It's unadulterated with any trace of goodness or any trace of ambiguity. It's just evil. You get a bottle of evil and it's pure evil. There are no trace elements of anything else. And in terms of evilness, it has a slightly higher value than adulterated evil. 95% evil, 5% goodness is slightly less valuable than 100% evil, because it's more like evil. So I think there's that going on. I think when it's applied to morality, it's a similar kind of thing actually, but there's at least some overlap. We're talking about purity in moral terms. If the thing that we're talking about, I'm going to get myself into a confusion here, I think actually, because I think there's a different kind of adulteration. There's a kind of blurring of or a shifting of the metaphorical grounding when we're talking about moral purity. I mean, certainly. Well, having said that, yeah, moral purity is goodness as opposed to evil. Goodness, which is most like good, and we like our goodness to be unadulterated by traces of evil. So if someone is 95% good, 5% evil,